Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, I'm going to talk to you about brokenness. Yes, brokenness. I've had a really challenging week myself, but I'm back. I'm here. I didn't go anywhere. Just a little break. But let's talk about brokenness. When we think about the word broken, we often think about something that needs to be fixed. It's broken and needs to be fixed. But when we talk about brokenness, we talking about a person that is emotionally, mentally, sometimes physically feel defeated. Brokenness can stem from a lot of things, but since I talk about relationships, I'm going to talk about when your heart is broken and you experiencing that brokenness from your relationship for whatever reason. It could be that the relationship is not what you thought it would be. It could be like this person that you fell in love with is not who you thought he or she would be. It could be that you're disappointed. Usually brokenness leads back to some type of disappointment in a relationship as it relates to the interaction between you and your partner, spouse, lover, or whatever. But let me tell you, when you are experiencing brokenness, it's not because anything is wrong with you. Don't let yourself think that brokenness means that is something wrong with you. Many times there does not have to be anything wrong with you at all. It's not your fault if you are experiencing hurt and pain because you fell in love with the wrong person or because you shared some personal challenges with the wrong person or that the person you shared those past challenges, pain or hurt with turned on you and used them against you or they didn't see it the way that you saw it. They own experience and life have them seeing it a whole different way other than the way that you experienced it. Okay, none of that is your fault. Okay, that brokenness, that means you have to work through that brokenness. See where that brokenness, that feeling is coming from. What caused you to feel so broken? A lot of times, like I said, it goes back to being in a relationship with the person, the wrong person, or with a person who cannot emotionally connect to you and your pain. That's not your fault. You have to pick yourself up some kind of way, allow yourself to go through that fire, through that pain, cry it out, write it out, whatever you do to deal with that brokenness. Because brokenness often leads us to a darker path, like depression, willing to give up, don't want to have another relationship, cannot trust the person with our love, not even sure if we know how to love, not even sure what we're looking for because once we thought we had the best love there is and it hurt us, now we don't even know for sure how to experience love or a relationship. Brokenness is hard. When you are broken, it's a sadness that comes with that brokenness. You are sad. You carry that sadness around with you. Many times you won't be able to reach your partner to get them to come into your world, to see it your way, to feel what you're feeling. A lot of times you're not able to do that. So you wind up feeling alone. You wind up feeling abandoned. Maybe you were in a relationship and out of nowhere your significant other just left. Didn't say a word. Maybe they weren't happy, but they didn't tell you. Maybe you was the happiest you ever been. Okay? With the way the situation was going. Maybe they were miserable with the way the situation was going, but they didn't share it with you. Whatever the reason is, maybe they left you for another person. Okay, maybe they thought that person could make them happier than you can. And maybe it caused you to be sad. You have this sadness, this brokenness, this heartache. You don't know what to do with it. But you have to realize that brokenness doesn't have anything to do with you causing that brokenness. You didn't cause that brokenness. Okay, you just left to stand in it. You're going to stand in it. Okay, hopefully, brokenness is the beginning of you examining your life, what you want, what you won't tolerate, what you're not going to do anymore, where you're not going to end up anymore, where you're not going to find yourself at anymore. Hopefully, that's what being broken will do. It'll help you to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and examine your life. It doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. It might just mean that you made choices that are not um good for you. Okay, you didn't know that was going to happen. You didn't know this was going to happen. You didn't know it was going to make you feel this way. You didn't know you was going to feel less than if this happened because you couldn't foresee it happening. Okay, you didn't know you was going to wind up experiencing this kind of pain. You did not know. So although you are standing in the space of being broken, you still are in charge of your life. You have the power to change that for your future. Okay, you don't have to sit in it. People like to wallow in pain. I never understood that. Like, people wallow in pain. You don't have to wallow in pain. You can make a different choice for yourself. You do not have to wallow in any type of pain, ever. Okay, wallowing in pain is a choice. Yes, you could get over it. Yes, you're going to go through it. Yes, if something happened, yes, you have to experience it. Okay, and then you could come out on the other side of it, the good side of it. You don't have to wallow in that pain, in that hurt. You have to accept it and see it for what it is. Experience. Uh, uh, what do I want to say about it? I want to say that you need to look at the experience, examine it, so that you can understand it, get an understanding of exactly what it is that you're experiencing, and get to the other side of that pain and that hurt. Okay, it's your choice, though. It's your choice. Brokenness is real. People get so broken, they allow themselves to be consumed by it so they can't pull themselves up. But you can pull yourself up. You can make a better choice. There is someone out there, if you want to be in a relationship, that wants to be with you and treat you well. Okay, there is somebody who can understand you, who can emotionally tap into your emotions. Okay, you could do that for them also. There is someone that was created just for you. Okay, there is. You do not have to stay in that place of brokenness. You do not have to stay in there and wallow in it. You were created special for someone. That's the wrong person, let it go. It didn't mean anything was wrong with you because they moved on. It didn't mean anything was wrong with you because they hurt you. Did you ever think that it's something wrong with them? That they're not whole? They don't know who they are. They don't know what they want. It didn't have nothing to do with you. Not at all. Don't even make it about you. It didn't have nothing to do with you. And don't let them make it about you. Tell you, oh, you wasn't this, you wasn't that, you wasn't there. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. They probably didn't do a ton of stuff you could make a list for, but you love them anyway. Okay? You probably saw a ton of faults, ton of things you didn't like, but you loved them anyway. Okay? You loved yourself less because you was willing to tolerate it. Okay? And because you loved yourself less, you was willing to tolerate it, you thought your love was going to be enough for them to stay there, stay in that relationship and allow you to love them and accept all their faults. But the problem was, they didn't want that. Okay? They didn't want that. What they're looking for don't have anything to do with you. Okay? They were there in the meantime, whatever it was, whatever they did. I don't know for you because you only know for you what happened in your life. I can't say what happened in your life. But I do know this, that brokenness comes from a place of expectation. That when you fall in love with somebody or you in a relationship, you expect things to go certain ways. And when it doesn't go that way, then you're disappointed. And then when you continue to tolerate things that you really should not have tolerated to begin with, when you saw those red flags, but you didn't turn away because you was expecting it to get better. Okay. When he cheated on you the first time, but you decided to stay because you was expecting it to get better. You wanted him to see your worthiness, but he never did. Okay. When he was calling you those names that you knew that you weren't, but you was willing to accept it and go past that because you thought it would get better when he saw that you were worthy of his love. Okay. But he never saw that because he wasn't worthy of your love. Okay. He couldn't see that because his own worthiness was in question. Okay. It wasn't that you wasn't good enough. You put it could have been the best thing ever. But if a person is not ready to accept what you have to offer and is not ready to commit to that relationship, I don't care what you do, it won't work. It just will not work. And you overlooking all those red flags, all those things that you knew was unacceptable to you. You doing X, Y, Z to try to make it better, make them stay, while you just wasting your time. When the person that's meant for you is out there somewhere, but you wasting your time trying to make this one see your worth. Stop doing it to yourself, ladies. Stop allowing yourself to put yourself in a position where you can't be broken. Stop doing it. Take responsibility for your choices. Those choices is what's going to make a difference in your life. Stop allowing yourself to get in these places where it won't work, it can't work, it shouldn't work. After a while, you be praying it didn't work. You be praying that he get on about his business. Okay, stop allowing yourself to get in those places. And as a result, you end up broken, hurt, in pain. Then you wind up wallowing in it, depressed, right? He or she done went on with their life, honey. They got them a new boo. And they enjoying it while you over there wallowing in that pain and that hurt, trying to figure out what you did wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong. Nothing at all. Being broken is a choice. Being broken is a choice. Stop accepting things in your life that you know you should not accept. That is not right. Stop overlooking things. Talk about it. Bring it to the surface. You know, I often talk about domestic violence being a silent killer. There are a lot of silent killers of the heart and relationships. All those things that you won't talk about is a silent killer. It destroys you on the inside. Because you got to remember, a lot of times you with people and they happy, like I said, they la la la, they good, while you over here struggling, trying to figure out why. You know, every time I think about brokenness, I think about that show Tyler Perry did, Why Did I Get Married? And the girl, when she was talking about, you know, she's praying to God for her husband to love her, and he just don't love me. He just don't. Okay, while you over there cooking his favorite meals, running the bath water, stroking his ego, okay, making love to him the way he want, and he's steady sitting up there lapping it up. But trust and believe, if he doesn't want it, you could do all of that, and he still will leave you there broken. You should not be a broken vessel. Your vessel should be intact. Stop getting in relationships which do not serve your purpose. I have a podcast about purpose. Stop getting in relationships with people who cannot support your purpose, who do not support you, who do not uplift you, who do not who does not make you feel good about yourself.